Alright, so in this video we're going to show you guys how to go about adding new content to the Ottawa section website. Like I mentioned before, there's three types of content that can be added. You can add an event, a news item, or a featured member benefit. So in this video we're going to create one of each. I'm going to create an event, a news item, and I'm going to create a brand new featured member benefit. Now, since we're not live, I can go ahead and create this random content without it actually going live and other people seeing it. However, do note that once we are live, if you do go in and create some new content, it'll be seen right away as soon as you publish it. So take that into account before you actually go ahead and publish the event. So first things first is we need to log in. So as per what I showed in the other video, you go to the WP admin and it brings you to the login screen. I'm going to continue running with my EIT example. So I'm going to log in here as the EIT user. And here we go. We're back on the dashboard. Alright, so first thing we're going to need to do is let's go and create an event. In order to do that, we're going to go here under Posts, and we're going to go Add New, and that'll give us this form here that'll allow you to add a new post. So what you have to do is first, clearly you need to give it a title. So let's call it Webcast Demo Event. And let's give it some content. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pull up some lorem ipsum. Let's cut and paste this here. And let's toss that in there as the content. Now, in order to make our event a little more appealing on the website, we're going to feature an image with it. In order to do that, we scroll down here to the bottom where it says Featured Image, and we click Set Featured Image. You can now, in order to set a featured image, you have three options. You can add it from your computer, you can add it from a URL, or you can add it from the media library. What the media library will do is it'll show you all the images that are currently used on the website. As you can see here, we can see the one that's used for ICC, the one that's used for the robot comp, etc. There's a couple others, and this will be paged, and you can keep going and looking at all the photos that are currently there. So I want to add a new photo, so I'm going to go to From My Computer. I'm going to click Select Files, and I'm going to go and I'm going to grab the photo. So let's go and use this stock photo here. Alright, so once the photo comes up, we're not done yet. We still need to click down here to use it as a featured image. Now normally you'd want to pick a size. However, we've designed the site to do all the resizing itself, so it's always best that you click full size. That way our compression algorithms will shrink the photo to the thumbnail that it is best suited to where it's being displayed, because this photo will be dynamically moved to do the previews on the home page as well as the main content, and if it's a featured item it'll be used there as well. So all you really need to know is make sure you click full size and then click use as featured image. Once that's done, we're good to go. We can close this and we have our featured image. Next thing we need to do is let WordPress know that this is clearly an event. In order to do that, we go over here under the categories and we can select it as an event, a featured member benefit, or a news item. So as we said, this is an event, so we click event. And when we're ready, we can click publish. So let's go and take a look at our event. Alright, so as we can see here, the event does not appear in the featured slider because it is not selected as featured. However, we do see it here under the upcoming events. And you'd also, if we would have looked before, we would have noticed that the event that would have been in here last got bumped out. It only shows the 5 most recent events. Furthermore, if we go to news, if we go to events, we can see the full list of events in reverse chronological order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can see here that the robotics competition would have gotten the boot. The flexible flapping wings and flying nanobots is no longer on the home page. Now, of course, we can click through and take a look at the full article, which is displayed here along with the thumbnail. Now, like I said, this didn't appear as a featured item. In order for an item to be featured, the webmaster needs to go in and mark it as featured. Now, every user will have access to the functionality in order to do this. However, we just ask that you don't click featured, you don't set it as a featured event, and you leave this to the webmaster, because we can only have 5 featured events, and if everyone's trying to put up their own featured event, then we run into that collision. So the decision to make an event featured falls on the webmaster. So let's assume that the webmaster's gone in to do this. In order to do this, we click down here where it says featured content slider options, and we click this little box here and we update. So now if we go back to the site and refresh, we see here we now have 5 featured items, and if we go to the last one, if we go to, where did it go? There it is. It put it up as the second one. So we see here, that's our event. Our image got pulled up here nicely, along with a little excerpt of our lorem ipsum, and yeah, all done with a point of a quick click. Alright, so let's go back and unfeature actually no, let's leave it featured. Now let's go and create a news item. So we go add new, same thing, it's same general format as creating an event. We give it a title, let's call this demo news item, toss in some more lorem ipsum, and this time, instead of clicking events, we click news. And we also want to give it a featured image. You don't always have to. However, any event or news item that doesn't have a featured image cannot be, should not be selected as a featured content, as then it will not there won't be an image for it to pull up. So I'm going to add a new image here. I'm going to use this stock photo, and I'm going to, so it's already clicked full size, so I'm going to use it as my featured image. And I'm going to publish, but assuming that I'm the webmaster, I'm going to set it as featured before doing so, and I publish. So if we go back to the site, we refresh, and we see down here that our news item has been pulled to the news item, and it should be in our featured slider. Now notice that the HP member benefit item is no longer in the featured slider. That's because it'll choose the 5 most recent ones and put them in there. So if you have more than 5, one of them those extra ones will not be displayed here. It's good to, when an item becomes unfeatured or less important, to go back in and unfeature it. So let's do that now. As we can see, that news item we created is no longer featured, and the HP one is back. For the average user, this whole featured content stuff isn't really going to matter to you. It's mainly just the webmaster. If you do create something that you feel is important and should bubble up, send an email to the webmaster saying so, and they'll go and make it featured if they agree with you. Alright, so lastly, let's go in and create a featured member benefit. So as normal, we go add new, we go featured demo featured member benefit. Let's give it some content. Get free superpowers. And let's give it an image. So I'm going to set a featured image, grab another one from my computer, and I'm going to toss it up there. And of course I'm going to go to the bottom, make sure that full size is checked, and click use as featured image. So let's close this. Let's now, in the categories, clearly we want to click featured member benefit. Never click more than one, then it'll start appearing in multiple places and it'll seem inconsistent. We don't want something appearing as an event and as a news item, so only click one category. And because I am the webmaster, I'm going to set this as featured without actually asking for approval, and I'm going to publish it. So let's go back here, let's refresh. So it's not seen here in the upcoming events, nor is it seen in the news item. However, if we go over here to the in the sidebar, the featured member benefits widget, we see that our demo featured member benefit has been created, and we can just click through there and see our member benefit. Lastly, let's go back and take a look here. We do have the featured content slider, which did not pick it. Now, this has been done intentionally. As you can see here, the HP one is still there, and nothing actually got the boot. That's because the algorithm for picking the events isn't always consistent. So just because if there is more than 5, one of them is going to get the boot, but it's not always consistent as to which one. Therefore, if you're going to make more than 5 events featured, it is good practice to go in and unfeature an item that is no longer featured. So for example, we wanted to replace the HP featured item with the IEEE members get free superpowers. We would go into the posts, we would find the a new HP introduces, we would find that item, and we would scroll down and we would unfeature it. Let's update that. Now, because we unfeatured the HP item, it will no longer appear in the featured slider, and we will see the demo featured member benefit talking about our awesome superpowers. Alright, so that's it. You guys now know how to create content. In the next video, we're going to talk in a little bit more into detail about events and show you how to make an event with a registration form. Alright, see you guys then.